I just wanted to talk a little bit about the um, injury I got on my pinky. You see this little line right there? Well, back in February, I was trying to make a craft with footballs, and a razor blade just dropped right down on my finger from pulling it out of a pencil cup. And it just flew in the air and landed right on my finger. I had the worst cut you've ever imagined. It was like my whole finger, the tip almost fell off. And with my health insurance, you can't go to an emergency room. You got to go to like one of those walk in clinics or urgent care first. And I looked around my area, and this was like at 10 o'clock at night. There wasn't any open. So I just tried to bandage it the best I could. Of course, this is my right hand, and it was soaked with blood. I had a hard time to get it to just, stop bleeding, and oh, it was just horrible. And so I figured, well, there's no urgent care open now. I'll go in the morning. I called around, and there was no chance of sewing it because it's been past 4 hours. So the window of opportunity to get your fingers sewed up after an injury like that is 4 hours. I never knew that. And I struggled to keep my bandages on because nobody was going to do anything. I would have had to go to an emergency clinic or whatever to get it looked at. And I'm like, I can't afford that. So later on, I ordered these. It's a good thing I did. But it's called Wound Skin Closure Kit. In case this is backwards, I'll try to figure out how to fix that. But anyways, they are awesome. These little strips, oh, they were a lifesaver because every time I put a butterfly bandage on, it would pretty much pull off because it was a horizontal cut, and I had a hard time keeping it straight. If it was around my finger, it would have been easy, but it was horizontally, and trying to get something from your fingertip down to stay put, especially soaked with blood, was so hard until I got these. I'm not, sponsored by this company, but they take a while to get to you. I had to wait a whole week or two, I can't remember what it was, to get these, and I wish I had them on hand. So I highly recommend that if you got a first aid kit and you're, a good distance away from an ER, or if you can't get to an ER within 4 hours of a, serious cut like I have, and especially because this was my right hand, and I had a hard time bandaging it with my left hand, and I still had to go to work lifting metal and vices and hammers, all that stuff as a machinist. So I really had to bandage my finger good. And yeah, the first week until these came from Amazon, and I had a hard time finding them because they don't sell them in America. You got to get them outside of the country, and then they ship them into a country. So be sure to get something like this. Stock up because you never know when an injury is going to happen. It's something stupid. You might be just cutting a cucumber in the kitchen or some dumb thing and somebody, distracts you or whatever. You never know when you're going to get cut. I just wanted to make sure my subscribers and people that watch my videos are up on stuff and realize how hard it is to get something like this that can, seal a bloody wound, until you get to, a clinic or the ER. But be sure don't wait 4 hours, whatever you do, and bandage it good because, it will help. It saved my finger. I mean, after that first week of fumbling around and soaking the Band-Aids off, trying to get the glue off so I could pull it off without pulling any kind of, healing that's happening was really, really difficult. And the nice thing about these things is those little plastic strips on it, they seem to form like a little air gap so that your wound isn't in contact with the gauze, which was the hardest part. I kept smearing that, triple antibiotic ointments and stuff on it to keep it from sticking, but it's still stuck. It was horrible. The healing process was terrible with normal butterfly bandages and just gauze and whatever I could find that tried not to stick to my finger. But I highly recommend getting something like this, and be sure to have them in your first aid kit. Okay, thanks. Take care now. Bye bye.